Yo, it's your boy Dean.
Tim.
Teran.
You got another episode of Dean's Office. We gonna start this. We gonna start this a little different. We gonna just kind of start off with appreciating because it is Women's Appreciation Month. So we just gonna kind of before we get into our topic today, just discuss the top just women, celebrating women. So I'll let y'all go if y'all wanna,
Yeah, I think the biggest reason why we all wearing the same shirts is because we wanted to express why women are, or appreciating or highlighting women is important because they have made such a difference in everybody's lives. I know for myself, I had two praying grandmothers, right, that continue praying for me and my future, even though they haven't, they're not around to see what it was, but I know they had something great for me. So along with my grandmothers were Evelyn Dean and Anna Ewing, and then on top of that, I have a strong.
Can we call them by their name?
That's what I said. Evelyn Dean and
Oh,
Anna
that's
Ewing.
what I'm saying. That's not disrespectful.
Call them Grammy.
I'm sorry,
Mama.
Grandma and Mama, and then of course Mommy, Barbara Dean. So those strong women has made a strong impact in my life. So I just wanted to mention them. And if I know they're not well known like Michelle Obama and who else on the shirt, Kamala Harris and Oprah Winfrey, but I think if we made our own shirts, they would be on ours as saying, what's it say at the top? Positive women.
Yeah, for me, just to add on, so the same thing, obviously those same women, but also if you think about Indira, our sister, to be honest with you,
yeah, she used to beat us like we was her kids,
and that was y'all. She loved me, but what the thing is, she practically, like I always say, she was a second mom to me, and even now she teaches me how to be a little bit more lovable. Because, she's an emotional creature.
And she says, I love you to everybody.
She said, I love you to everybody.
Everybody.
The rocks.
Yeah, she do say
the trees.
The plants. Everybody that's outside.
Everybody.
Everybody gets love from her. So she teaches you how to love. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be all of our answers, but our wives.
Of course.
Our backbones. They're the ones who kind of, allow us to do this podcast. Thank you so much, Kate. For allowing us to do these things. And supporting us and all the dreams that we have, and making sure that we, on the up and up. So I'm thankful for all the women. It's too many to name, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the women I work with, all the women at my church, I'll be here forever.
Yeah.
Just for me, just a different avenue because I follow and everything. My mama, my grandparents, wife, and so forth. But also on the young adults that we have in our family, as far as the women, the young adults, we have one teacher, lawyer, one ran track here and there, one, a good mother, two. So, we got quite a few, and it's just kind of carrying that on. We got one that follow her mama around like how Dira follow mommy around. Mm-hmm. She do the same thing, like, they in that same breath. So we just want to celebrate them before we lock in.
And of course, our producer, Kayla Render.
Our wonderful producer. She's the one that's behind the scenes. She uploads all the episodes. She don't upload some episodes
when she feel like it.
But no, we love her. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. She is in school. She's a full-time teacher and also getting her master's in special ed. And
why special ed?
It's because she want to work with kids with
special needs.
I know what special ed is for. I'm asking her why she chose it. But anyway, let's go. let's again, thank you, Kayla. We're gonna rock out and let's go.
Let's go with this topic.
World, you're needed in the dean's office.
All right, so we like always, every episode we have a good one. As when we recorded this, something news happened where it was a mass shooting occurred where I think 7 people died and then
6.
I think
it's 7 now. It is 7. Okay.
7 people.
Another
died.
kid?
No, it's still 3 children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was at a school, right?
Yeah,
a
private school.
Church, because they were like church/school, Christian school, where a young lady, which they thought was a teenager, at first that's what they were reporting, that it was a teen. They become to find out, I think she was like 28 years old. That actually shot the people. That, of course, you don't know why until later on. Did she survive?
No,
she's
did.
dead.
She's
She
dead
did too. Okay,
Yeah.
so we definitely ain't gonna know why she did it. So we just kind of wanted to discuss that about, you know, in a big topic. A couple of things in this country you can't really. Was like 3 things in this country that you get mad about. You got religion, abortion, and guns, right?
Gun laws.
And gay marriage.
Oh, gay. Yeah,
And,
gay.
and
gay.
so it's 4.
Yeah, 4 things. Gay. Any one of those things, politicians going crazy over it. Which I think only one is really a concern is the guns. So now you have, especially in Florida, they getting ready to change some of the laws, and as well you got the Parkland, the family from the Parkland shooting, trying to make the gun laws a little stricter. So just kind of, what do you fall in as far as where it comes to gun control? What do you would like to see, or can we change all the mass shooting and stuff that's going on?
First of all, condolences to everybody who, the families of the people that lost their life. I couldn't even imagine. I remember we was on vacation in Puerto Rico, and it was a code red at TJ school, but we was way in Puerto Rico. There's like a guy mistakenly went on campus with a gun, and they had to like restrain.
It was a parent, yeah.
A parent, they had to like restrain.
Oh
him,
yeah, I did remember y'all telling me that.
all this other stuff. So it's like even that was scary. But then knowing that somebody was shot or whatever the case may be, and this one people died, like I couldn't even imagine. So, to answer your question, to me, the first thing that come to my mind.
Hold on, before you jump in there, since you brought it up, how did do you think about that when you take them to school?
Not when I'm taking them to school. I mean, we pray every morning. We say a prayer saying, Lord protect us and all this other stuff. I don't really think about it. I mean, when a lot of school shootings was happening consecutively, like when that thing happened in, what was that, El Paso or El Davo? What's that place in Texas? When
Oh, I know you're talking about.
We get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know the town. But like when it was happening then, you kind of think about it, or it's in the back of your mind. But it's not really something that you lose. I mean, I don't lose sleep over it, and I don't want to get that call either. Like the other day when Norland was shut down because somebody was shot. It was literally like a drive-by or whatever. They ran up and shot a student, and then they had to lock down the school or whatever. But like with those things, like it don't really keep me up, but it's something that's on the back of my mind. Now, do I think banning guns is going to take that completely away? No, because the only part that's messed up and that the government should feel guilty about was the fact that all those guns was legally bought in most of these cases, right? So I can understand if it was a terrorist that did an attack, but it was a stolen gun. But in most cases, these people legally bought the gun. Sometimes it was a short period of time. Like the guy who did the mass shooting that was in Texas that claimed all those lives, I think he bought the gun 1 week and the ammunition, like 200 rounds of ammunition the following week, and then did it the next day. Like went the next day and then let off rounds or whatever. I don't know. They haven't researched this lady yet, but I'm pretty sure she legally bought this one because she's 28. So to me, I think there should be restrictions / bans on assault rifles just for that very reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like usually credible people won't do stuff like this. That's like, we got a credit score. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't loan someone with a bad credit score an expensive house or an expensive car. They'll have to go through some loopholes in order to get it. Same thing with this. If someone tests is bad, like if you add like a psychological test or a background test or something, just to make it harder for people to get guns, you can prevent stuff like this from happening at least.
So you
small.
So I just I agree with you saying. I just don't want people to think that we are against the Second Amendment, right? Because we believe everybody has the right to own their guns and do what they have to do, right? Not against it at all.
the person with all the guns talking about, no, I need to get my Second Amendment right.
Listen, but it's a right? And I think the biggest thing that we're thinking about or worrying about is I shouldn't be able to have an assault rifle. Why do I need an assault rifle, right? Listen,
in case multiple people come in your house.
That many people coming in my house, I need an assault rifle.
At least. Well, the way that our cousin Marvin put it, just in case there's some issues in the family. he said somebody trying to ride up on y'all.
but in reality, think about it, right? I know, and I think that's the biggest thing because a lot of the school shootings that have been happening or mass shootings happening has been with assault rifles. This lady today went in. They said she had 2 assault rifles and a gun. Soon as she bust in, she started shooting. That's how she got in the part. So in her mind, she was intentionally going there to kill people, take killing lifestyle. And that's just why would this person be able to have this assault rifle? And that's when you have soldiers have those type of things, police officers have those type of things. Why do a regular civilian
My
need to
thing
have that
is,
as well?
if she had that much ammunition on her, right? So here's another thing, and again, and I'm gonna go back to I need to know this town that was, I think it was Adave or something. Can somebody look it up? Because I really want to know the name of the town.
Kayla, what's the name of where they kill all them kids in the school in Texas?
Right before school out last year.
Adave.
I think they bulldozing the school and everything.
Yeah, like they closed the school, kids can't go back. I think it was like 14 students that died or whatever the case may be.
And the police officer went to talking about if her child was in the shooter went.
Right. So
They sat outside. They sat outside.
right.
Watching people
Basically,
die.
the reason why I'm asking that is, along with stricter gun laws, there needs to be better training, and as horrible as it sounds, with the staff and administration on how to identify these things before it happens. Because I'm just using my imagination.
How if somebody if
Uvalde.
no Uvalde.
You
Uvalde.
Uvalde.
Uvalde, Texas.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm just using my imagination. Obviously, I ain't seen any video. I'm going off of speculation. 2 AR-15s and a handgun. That's noticeable if somebody's carrying that on them, right?
What was that?
The Christian school.
No, I'm saying where state?
Tennessee,
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, man, it might a jacket. It might be cool up there.
maybe. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We in Florida. We live differently down this way. You don't realize around this time people still wear jackets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that might have been a thing, but I mean, just better ways to, like with the Uvalde thing. I heard, like you said, the police officers didn't go in right away. They was holding up at the door. They could have saved more lives that way. One police officer only went in, got their child left, like, you know what I'm saying, and took their child out and then ran out. They wasn't letting parents know what was going on. They set up a barricade.
Yeah, one parent actually went through it and got the kid out.
Yeah, like, so that's the thing. Like, I think we also need better prevention tactics that way. We also, and this is one of the things that the Republicans pose, right? And I hate to make it political, but that's what it is. They wanted higher security at the schools, right? Like, they was showcasing this one school that has a gunfire detector. So when if a gunfire whatever,
Yeah, most city has those. Miami Garden has that too. If you shoot a gun, it's in a radar and they tell you where the gunfire and they can go.
not even that. This school is a little more advanced. So
How advanced? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you
I'm
finish.
gonna tell you, yeah, it's a rich school. So let me tell you what happens. If a gun fires, all the doors automatically lock. Right? The doors is bulletproof. You can't open it from the outside. You only can open it from the inside. Flashing light goes off. Like, brr,
But
brr.
let me ask you a question. What if you in a room and you busting and I lock on you?
No, it can open from the inside, not the outside. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So meaning you can't go from classroom to classroom to classroom.
Shooting people.
God
looking for
forbid
people.
he in that one classroom.
You just can be able to kill
That
it.
he's just gonna be able to, hurt that one classroom or whatever the case is. And there's like different tactics and stuff like that. Like, they want more investment like that. I agree with they, not metal detectors per se, but like something.
I think they need. Why not medical protectors?
No, but you I think part of it too has got to be a budget on what realistically you can do. I'm pretty sure locking the doors, making you be able to buzz in. I don't think nothing wrong with metal detectors. Having metal detectors at the door, having certain entrance after a certain period of time,
Locked.
having certain entrance locked. Now you,
Because this one, they said she went through a side door.
But
She shouldn't
not-
be able to do that.
but now you,
No, she wasn't supposed to, but she shot through the side door.
but you got to still remember too. Kids go to PE. All you got to do is sit in the yard and light the kids up. I mean, not to sound vicious, but like there's as much even at school. The kids got to go outside. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no full protection unless you finna lock the kids down. Now you put the kids in an environment to where even what you saying when we was at the picnic last year and they started shooting, TJ have a fear and he kind of think about it when he in large crowds. You just think about if you as a student going to school trying to get an education and they're treating you like you going to battle. Oh, when you hear this sound, run. You doing that. I think it will affect how the kids view life and as well how they get their education. It's already hard enough for the kids to go to school focused. Now they got to worry about dying and you talking to them about they dying, which I think you have certain precautions in place to prevent that. But I don't think there's like anything in life. I don't think there's anything you can do to automatically prevent it. You get what I'm saying? That's why I asked you, how do you work, knowing that you can't really stop it.
But think about it. September 11 happened, right? And they found a way to protect. How many people go through airports every day? They found a way to protect them people. Are you gonna see? I'm pretty sure there's a way.
I think there's. The other day I was looking on the news.
Man, how many airports compared to schools?
But how many people are in the airports compared to?
Yes,
the
I can, but it's different. If I have multiple locations to secure rather than multiple people in one location, I can do that. I can deal. If you telling me 1 million people gonna walk through this door compared to 1 million people gonna go to 1 million sites, that's gonna be difficult to obtain to do that. Whereas if 1 million people just walk through the door, it's just gonna take us long to get through them. Whereas there's so many schools, I don't think the funding is there to do that.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, there is a school in Florida right now who has implemented the metal detectors in the school. I can't remember what exactly it is. And they was
Washington. Is school in overtime somewhere?
No.
This is on.
No,
this is
it
on
was
that
not.
movie.
No, it's not. It's a real movie.
Nah, but you know what they had? But the kid, he used to get pat down. It was like a couple of days ago. He used to get pat down. When they pat him down, he shot when he went to go get pat down.
What is that?
Caleb, find out what a kid shot the administrator where they was
So
every day he was getting pat down.
I'm trying to tell you. They were trying to tell you. There is a school in Florida. They had it on the news where they implemented the metal detector
Black
Oh.
part.
school gotta be.
Why gotta be a black school?
White people.
I can't find the exact name because
Yeah, he shot I think 3 people got shot when they were patting him down, and when he went to pat him down, he shot him.
All I'm saying, when they implemented, the parents was like they was okay with it. Some parents didn't like it, some was because they were saying because so many mass shootings going on, we want to make sure our kids are protected. There are so many schools now where students are walking on campus, even young kids in elementary are walking on campus with a loaded gun in their book bag. And they said this is helping them prevent. Yes, it might scare some of the kids, but what's more important now? Right? The value of what's going on that kids now, these kids can live because I can stop them before they get into that part.
Yeah. So basically, I guess the question is, right, what's going to be more impactful, changing, like giving more resources to the school or changing gun laws?
I think it have to be a combination of both.
Yeah, I agree because I think it just I know I stated before where they're in Florida, they're getting ready to change the requirements to conceal carry. Now you have to have a license to do that, take a class. I don't know how many hours it is, whatever the class is, before you can conceal carry. So the Republicans' mindset, I think in Texas, they don't have a concealed carry, where they're saying that there's no issue, it's the people. So them having access to the gun is not the problem. It's the people that have the gun which is the problem. And again, most people feel secure having their own gun. Most people will tell you, I don't walk out the house unless I got my gun, or you never know, and so forth like that. I think it's more of a culture thing, the shooting, because I'm pretty sure other countries have certain gun laws or probably restriction that.
Yeah, we were just talking about it the other day. Rashad, what place you said they had? What was it? Canada. They banned assault rifles, and Australia. There we go. So Australia banned assault rifles, and it actually went down. Murders and stuff went down. So it's possible.
But you know that law that. So Ron DeSantis saying again, right?
What he's saying?
He's saying that I'm looking out for my people, not the black people. Imagine this. I don't need a license to open carry. All the 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds who run the streets. Now they got to do is go buy a gun. Ain't really no restrictions. They can have a gun on them.
Get more reason for the police to shoot them?
Even more reason for them to get a gun, walk around with it boldly, and not start using it. Because who's going to be more affected by it? The black community. Because now they're going to have better access and better reason to have the gun. And now they're going to be like, oh, I'm in Florida. It was a stand my ground. My life was threatened. Watch how the murder rate increases, because now they thinking, I legally had a gun. I shot him because, buddy, I'm skinny. Buddy bigger than me. I was in fear of my life. The George Zimmerman thing with Trayvon Martin. I was in fear of my life. I had to shoot him as I thought I was going to die. So now it's going to affect our community because our community seems to be a little bit more prone to gun violence or celebrate gun violence or quickly to go there. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you look up statistics, I haven't looked at it in a while, but most of the murders, a good percentage of the murders happens within the black community. Now, I don't think it's a race thing. It is a proximity of where you live, an area, and social economic factors. But the downside to that is most ethnic groups live in those type of areas where those things go on. You get what I mean? So I think Ron DeSantis sees it as, I'm looking out for the white people, you know what I mean? Like who just wants their gun and who loves their guns, and they don't want all the restrictions. They want to have as many guns as they want to. They want to be able to protect themselves and whatever
Some
the case
hunt,
may be.
some hunt. A lot hunt, rather.
Yeah. And then, but
I don't know why you need an AR. What is it? The AR-15 to hunt deers and boars and all this other stuff. No. But I'm saying, if I'm a hunter, I'm using a sniper gun because I'm trying to get it. So why am I getting me an AR-57
protection?
No,
listen to what the only reason I mentioned that is because he said hunting. So you can use, you can't even eat the meat after you done shoot it up that way.
No, but I think it's like anything. It's like having a car. Why have 10 cars? You don't need 10 cars to drive, but it's fun. We can all admit that shooting can be fun. Like it don't have to necessarily mean, it don't have to be attached to protection and violence. So people go to the gun range and just feel good to shoot and so forth like that. And just think about it. If someone offered you to shoot a tank, you turn it down?
I would. I never in my mind did I want to shoot a tank.
You would turn down shooting a tank?
Yes. That never crossed my mind to shoot a tank.
So somebody again. So they saying we
now listen. Now they want to shoot one of the missiles. You know the missile you put on your shoulder and shoot the rocket launcher. I do that, but I'm not shooting no tank.
Hold on. So you would rather see? I would rather get in the tank.
No, I
shoot this way than to have something.
You know all the movies I watch.
Yes, and the thing fall right out.
And that's the comedy stuff. I'm talking about you sit down and you shoot stuff.
GoldenEye. I played that game.
When
it fell down and you shoot on yourself?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would rather
I would rather that, yes.
A rocket launcher on your shoulder.
Yes.
What can kill you compared to being in a tank.
Yes.
And all you're doing is pressing a button like this and fire.
Yes. Because tanks misfire too.
Nah, not like a rocket launcher on your body.
Tank misfires too.
See this?
But moving on.
This is right. People don't understand that you hurt yourself more with the rocket launcher than the tank. But again, you still would do it, right? You don't need either or of those, but you would still do it because it is fun. So I think it has to have some element into it where we're not just. I don't think you just outrightly just say, okay, we're gonna give up.
But you're not giving up. All you're saying is you can go buy a shotgun. You can go buy a 45 caliber gun. You can go buy all these things. It's okay. All we're saying is why you need to walk around with a rifle or a machine gun.
But I get what Tavar's saying. You can't question that. If people have the ability to
do it, they don't be automatic now.
Most of the stuff is semi-automatic.
But they don't. You still gotta bang.
But
you
gotta
no like hold and let go.
But you gotta understand, Tim. You know, people have different forms of addiction, right? Mm-hmm. Like people have different vices. Like you know, your vices. You like to watch Facebook Country Rain, right? Won't miss an episode, right? So, you know what I mean? Like people have.
Hey, that's not killing nobody.
No, I'm just letting you know.
Go ahead.
Like some people, like Tavares mentioned, some people like to collect cars. Like Rick Ross got 50 cars. Mm-hmm. I don't care how rich I was, I'm not buying 50 cars. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
So you said if you have So you said if you have Bill Gates money, you got billions. Cause remember now, 1 billion probably you can live your life and the rest of your kids' life and they kids and they kids. 1 billion, but you got 200 of those or 150 billion. You not gonna buy every car you want?
No, I don't need 50 cars. But you know what? Let me get 200 billion first, and I'll find out. But as of right now,
but go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you said.
People got different vices.
Mm-hmm.
However,
what would you spend yours on?
What?
What would your wasteful be if you had billions of dollars?
I don't know.
See, that's why a guy, you can't trust a guy telling me he don't know what he'll do with $1 billion.
No. I'm saying I don't know what. Like, I'm just saying everybody has a vice that they love. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's my thing with the guns is it's a vice that there's not a lot of control over, and I think if they loosen the reins on that control, it's going to be a problem. Not only because we're thinking about school shootings, I'm thinking about violence overall. You get what I mean? And I think it needs to be a little bit more regulation in terms of the way that you can get a gun. Like, if it's hard for you to get a house, you know how much stuff they ask for you to get a house?
How much paper you just have to sign?
Shoot, not even a house. Your driver's license.
Your driver's license. Like, you got to do all these. You got to take a test. You got to do, like, why not the same thing? Like, up in the age. Like, you mean to tell me a person isn't able to legally drink, but they can own a firearm at 18 years old?
Exactly.
Like, some people could still be in high school owning a firearm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you just started making decisions for yourself, and you're gonna own a firearm. You 2 years removed from getting your driver's license, but you can shoot a firearm. That's what I'm saying. Like, just a little bit more restrictions on that, so that we could, kind of control the problem. It won't completely eliminate it, but at least control it. Like, make some effort.
And I think why I keep coming up again is that today, the one shooting it today, a lot more people could have died, but somebody jumped in enough time to shoot that person, right?
Was it a cop?
I can't tell you who it was, but I know they said that because of all the stuff that she had on her, it could have been a lot more people died. But somebody intervened, was able to kill her in the time. I don't know if it was a cop. I don't know anything. Because, the investigation is still going on. A lot of people wonder if she had body armor, she had all this, but they don't know yet.
People praying it's a regular person.
So
teacher.
So right now, when you look at it, you think about it, she's 28 years old. And now most mass shooting rarely is a woman. Most of them are men and white males in part, right? There are some instances where you have a black male. One time they had one where they were shocked.
There's a couple of black males been shooting now.
Yeah,
lately.
like the black male who was shooting up on was it on the expressway, subway up in New York one time. He was clearing that was shocking. But I think what it is now is that people are wondering how long before somebody make this change. So we had Sandy Hook, almost that happened in 2010, I think. 2012. Sandy Hook. Then we had close to us. We had in the Parkland shooting. Get out of that. Let's talk about the people that happened in the club when they shot up the place in Orlando, right? And then when the guy was up in Las Vegas shooting out of the window, shooting people. So that's I think that's what it says is why are we allowing these individuals to get it? Why do they have so much access to it? You get what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that we need to start fighting. We need to start putting the gun laws, and it's on us because we're not putting the right people in action. And you know why they're not going to do it? Because a lot of these politicians are in the gun law people pockets, are the NRA pockets. So they're not going to mess up their money.
NRA had to fire their compliance officer because the compliance officer didn't report spending like $400,000 to get what's that senator in Georgia? He played Herschel Walker. They poured like $400,000 to his campaign, but it was unreported money. So in order to save face, they had to fire the compliance officer because you're supposed to report stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that you was backing a candidate with that much money.
But yeah, it's all the same. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, that's just my deal. I'm not gonna really sit up here and say like gun laws will solve all the problems, but gun laws will be able to help us understand a little bit better as to what we can do in order to constrain the problem a little bit. Because right now it's out of control.
So that's what I'm saying. I understand that part, but I think for us, that's what it is. Like when I caught on the TV this morning, I was like, man, another shooting? You understand what I'm saying? And it seems like, yeah, we got President Biden talk about gun violence and we need to stop and we need to do something. It's up to the lawmakers, all this other stuff. But that's what we hear every time, all the time. Even if not just the school shootings, not at the club and all this other stuff, but it's just at the same time. And people on the regular, ordinary people that's not getting reported are getting shot down and killed at the regular time because we're not regulating in the proper way.
I know South Beach, spring break just happened.
Yeah.
2 people got shot. One of them dudes, they let go, right?
They let him go?
Yeah, they let him go because he won when he shot Buddy. The first video when he was on the ground, and you said like they were shooting him while he was on the ground. he turned himself in immediately. He the one who told to stop the officer and said it was self-defense. And they took him down to the station, questioned him, and actually released him. Not saying release him that he's not going to get in trouble as they investigate. And then, so again, in that instant, you going to the beach. Are you not taking your gun with you?
That's the thing.
And why are you taking your gun with you? We're going to the beach to have
I don't go
fun.
to the beach nowadays at all.
I
get what you're saying.
If you going to the beach, you got to take your file with you.
You going to the beach to have fun.
But you already know. You already know you going in a hostile environment. It's gonna be hostile people down there. That's one. Then two, you got people that's drunk.
Then why go down there?
Because I want to have fun. You going down there for the females.
But
you never risked your life for a girl before?
Nah.
You never risked your life for a girl?
Well,
No, but I'm saying, like, why does that?
Yeah, don't
Why-
bring up what you got.
Why is it prevalent in our community that something has to happen like that? You know?
But don't say our community. It's all you in
not.
Miami. Yes, if you go down there, you
go
down to the video. You
hold
look
on.
at the video. If you look at the video, you got all flavors in there.
But who the two incidents? Who was it? There was what?
Yeah, because we got the gorillas though.
I don't know, but this is my thing, and I'm gonna be completely honest. Let's say you go to a festival.
See, they arrested people at Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra for stampeding and drug use. That's what you gonna get at white.
Nah, but because they search you coming into Ultra though. They can't search you on the beach.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. Listen to me. Let's say you go to an event, right? And let's say it's an all-white event, white people everywhere.
I'm taking my pistol.
But you have the same fear in watching you back at an all-white event?
If I'm going, bruh, I would move easier rather in the hood environment than I would white.
Oh, you lying to the people.
I'm dead, bruh. You
Tell me.
Hey,
Tell me.
Terrell. So just tell me if I'm wrong. 2:00 in the morning, I ain't took you to the trenches
Tavares.
when we was younger.
Tavares. Hold
on. Listen to what I'm saying. If I didn't take you over that way, would you go? Would you have went at 2:00 in the morning?
No.
All right then. So what I'm saying is, I feel like I can move and figure out with people I know, because I kind of know what I'm looking for. I kind of know what I'm dealing with. I already know how to avoid. You go to a white event, because again, what are you saying white event? If you telling me it's white event and we going to go listen to Miley Cyrus, or you telling me it's a white event and it's Rage Against the Machine banging on your head, rah rah rah. You see a mosh pit. What are you going? So you telling me that's better than going to the what's his name? Rick Ross type event?
Yeah, in most cases. Yeah.
You Rage Against the Machine, jumping in a mosh pit, white people jumping up and down, throwing. Stop it, dog.
Because you can avoid that.
You can't. But those people. But what I'm saying is, the aggressive mindset with alcohol is there. Now you think about it. These people listen to Rage Against the Machine. It's different when you go to white people that listen to Tupac, Biggie, and No Lil Durk and all this good, compared to this dude listen to Marilyn Manson. You trying to tell me you go to a Marilyn Manson concert and you fine?
You go to Club Euro, right?
Hold on, you go to
the
now
club.
you making it. That's different. That's the scalability. That ain't got nothing to do with the skin color.
Okay, I mean, you ain't go to, like, let's say you go to a cheap college party. A cheap college party. You go to, there was a clear, and I wish y'all attended school with me. But at UCF, right, they had a cheap bar called Scoops, right? The reason why people used to go there, the white people and sometimes black people, because the drinks was $3 there, right? It's very affordable. It was free to get in, $3 drinks. You go there, get drunk, was whatever. Like, people was going crazy, whatever. But it wasn't like really no fights and really no pressure. We also had a venue out there, I forget the name of it, where the locals went from the east side of Orlando. I mean the west side of Orlando.
That's not skin color though.
What is that?
Let me ask you a question. Those college kids out, they gonna be lawyers, doctors, therapists. They understand their future. Those kids on the east side, they from the trenches. So when you move in the trenches, you gotta think like you in the trenches. So everywhere you go, it's the trenches to them. So that's why I'm telling you, it's not a skin color. It's because again,
So let me ask you a question. So you don't think the office is a little bit upscale?
the office, the gentleman club.
The gentleman club.
No, it's not.
So hold on. So you don't think?
No,
You don't think
it's not.
You don't think it's
Terrell,
a popular
it's
club?
not. It's popular, but we know, Terrell. We know.
What when you say upscale?
I ain't
Upscale
saying-
from
I ain't
what?
say- I ain't saying
You said yes. You said what is
not meaning upscale, but don't you think the same people that go to Tootsie's go to office? It's the same thing. It's the same entry fee.
Nah. It's because Tootsie, the girls be.
I'm bringing up
the
the point.
environment. No, because I'm trying to take. Because what you trying to compare is not. That's not a skin color situation. Now, if you telling me this would be the right comparison. If you told me if you go to the trailer park and they little thing and they in the partying and then you go to the hood and they partying, I feel safe. That's two. I ain't both of them. I'm taking my pistol. But if you telling me I'm going to a college party, most of those people, yes, they gonna get in trouble. Yes, they can make mistakes. But most of those people have something to live for or have a mind frame of I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get in trouble. But when you go to those hood events, most of those people don't care. They'll tell you I've been in jail already. I already know. I won't like their mindset is different. So that's why I say it's not a skin color thing. It's more so of a mindset. So if you telling me if I can go to a Lil Durk concert or whoever really what's his name? Yeah, Lil Durk in Chicago. You telling me we going to one of those parties, boom boom the hood, and I got to go to a Marilyn Manson and people eyes colored and they screaming devil 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 and they jump around. You think I would rather go to Lil Durk? You telling me you would go to these devil white people?
I don't like that music. I wouldn't be there.
Changing, but that's
What you mean?
But what I'm saying is that's our equivalent.
No,
so what I'm
wait,
saying
no,
is if
you have to ask somebody who likes that music. I would never go there because I don't like that music.
But I'm asking you the environment. You don't think that environment? Granted, say you could have headphones on. You don't have to listen to the music. You going to go get some cotton candy.
What you think gonna happen? Somebody gonna write 666 on your head or something?
But
that's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They gonna be like, "Bam, look at that nigga." And they gonna fold you up, bruh. That's exactly what's gonna happen. What I'm telling you is the mindset of just like when you go in the hood. In the hood, you bump somebody like this, they mindset already, oh boy, I see you looking, I'm gonna fight you. You go to a college party, they'll push up. I know you've been on a college party before, you might have stepped on somebody's foot or bumped them. They might give you like, hey man, and you kept moving because everybody in at some kind of level is responsible. When you going somewhere where you got dudes don't care, they don't know how they gonna live. They been drinking all day. They just woke up at 10 o'clock to get up to 10 o'clock at night to get up to go to the club because they were sleeping all day. Like it's a different mentality. It's not the skin color. It's the environment that changes. That's why I said I don't mind going to a hood party.
I do.
Compared to, no, I'm not saying I'm going because I understand what can happen there. But what I'm saying is, you ain't gonna tell me that's comparison if I'm going to a Marilyn Manson house party or a trailer park. So if you go there and wherever the trailer park is, where all the kids they do meth and the trailer park's blowing up.
What would be my interest? Like that is a very
yes, it's not a string. I'm just telling you because that's our equivalent. Because I'm telling you, it's not the skin color. I'm saying it's the environment. When you say the hood for black people is this, and I'm telling you the hood for them is the trailer park. Are you going in the trailer park?
I'm not even talking about.
Are you going?
I'm not talking about.
So you say which one you going?
I'm not talking about.
God come down and say, bruh, you need to go take one of these paths.
So look, you telling me
what path you going?
You telling me to go to a specific place that's designated for the hood people or for trailer park people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a plain event that's thrown in a neutral site that plays hip hop. Right? It's saying hip hop music is here. Da 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 da. I'm gonna think twice before I go there. So
you're not thinking twice at a Marilyn Manson neutral site. It's a neutral site. That means good people and bad people, but they color their eyes and scream.
If I'm not in the trailer park, if I'm not in the back, like you want me to be in the back getting sacrificed. if I'm not there, if I'm in the general pop and I like that music, yeah, I will go. That's what I'm saying.
So why would you not go to hip hop?
Because what I'm telling you, in hip hop environments is always associated with death. Like people die regularly, fights happen regularly, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm telling you to do the same over there. You just don't know that. You just don't know that environment.
If somebody's coming to me with a red marker to put 666 on my head, I can see that and I can walk away like, whoa.
Yeah, one person, but if
Blood sacrifice going on. Let me walk out.
But you think they gonna sacrifice you? 20 people coming to get you, compared to one dude want to pull a gun out on you.
That's a scream, man. That's a scream.
Am I crazy, dog? Am I crazy to think that's not the equivalent?
It's a little. But all I'm saying, okay, my point is, I wish that we could take that out of our culture. And I think, obviously, that's a deep rabbit hole to go down to with hip-hop music and all this other stuff. Like, that's why I love Afro beats now, because Afro beats is a little bit more.
They don't talk about violence in Afro.
A little bit, some. I've heard some.
I'm asking, I don't know. I don't
No, I
understand
know.
what they saying.
No,
They talk about violence in Afrobeats music? Not really.
It's about uplifting, having all this other stuff. Because you know, and it's good
like,
that
it's kind of like island music.
Yeah, it's something that like I got a burner on me. Like I've heard some Afrobeats that talk about it, but it's not prevalent. Like the most popular music is more fun and uplifting. That's why I saw something that Afrobeats gonna take over hip hop. I hope so, because.
Well, and in South Africa, how it is in South Africa when it comes to gun violence and stuff. More like gang violence, okay. Not like senseless death. So you know, and it's good to hear because he in the back seat, our cousin, he didn't want to be on camera, but he's a very affluent person who's of the world.
Person.
He's been around the world. He travels a lot, and reason we keep it's good that we brought up gun violence as and we asked him different comments because those different places have different gun laws. And because they are a little more strict on their gun laws, things happen or don't happen. But we trying to be the United States and we trying to be trendsetters. But when we setting trends, we're not setting it in the right way, right? Why not put restriction on these gun laws? Well, why we can't do that?
Yeah.
Right, and that's the problem. Is like if it's so effective for other places, you can go down the line where how some people say United States so great, but we still got to pay for healthcare. Other places don't. Yeah, your taxes might be a little bit more. Some places you don't have to pay for education because that's a part of whatever the system they got going on, right? Think about if we want to be that true place out there, why we can't do something as little as this that's affecting us so much is gun laws. And that's the problem because every time a mass shooting come up, what happens? What happens? Oh man, gun laws, let's protest. What? No, same story over and over again. Thoughts and prayers and whatnot. So what it is, how can we break that cycle? And it comes with all these people that we put in office, right? Because nobody want to go against the grain and say, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this gun law thing. Let's go ahead and prevent this from happening. Let's go ahead and raise up. Well, even though in that case the lady was 28. We don't know exactly what's going on. But if you start making more restrictions for gun laws, people are like, you know what, do I really want to go through all this in order to get it? Then you can help combat all this stuff that's going on.
Yeah. And I think you said it perfectly. Only thing I'm going to end with is I think we need to look at both sides. The reason why we brought the topic because of school shootings, I think we need to look into, Republicans got some of it right. Invest in schools a little bit to be a little bit more safe. 2 police officers rotating, all the time. Make sure all your doors are locked. If you can, install doors that automatically lock from the outside. Make it harder for you to have to shoot through it. Heavier doors. Like those little things, I think shouldn't be, outrageous to ask for. And then on top of that, gun laws for people that give them a psych evaluation. Look at their credit score. If they're not a reliable person, their credit score is 200.
They don't need a gun. And then also think about what.
So you're saying poor people can't protect themselves?
No, I'm saying irresponsible. A low credit score has nothing to do with being
poor or not. That is true.
It's irresponsible. That's being irresponsible.
But it do correlate.
But to go back to what you're saying.
You don't know the knowledge to be irresponsible.
But I think going back to what you're saying, Terrell makes sense. Like investing in schools. But so we're in the state of Florida now. We're focusing so much on giving you vouchers to go to private school. We're not fixing the issue of what's going on when it comes to school safety.
Yeah.
Just by you moving from school to school, who would have ever thought that would have happened at Parkland High School?
Yeah.
One of the most influential school in Broward County.
Yeah. And even in that instance, bringing my earlier point, The state trooper heard the gunshots, but he stayed in the car.
But you hold on, bro. We're not gonna do that, dog.
I'm not blaming him. But he felt as though he wasn't equipped enough to handle the situation. So what I'm saying is invest in training programs or equip him.
But like what I'm saying.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, Tavares. I'm a police officer and I hear kids, oh my God, and I hear bum 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 bum. I'm not going, oh my God, let me stand here. If
So you saying you ready to die for these kids?
I'm ready. That's what being a police officer. That's why they fired him. That's what being a police officer is. That's why I'm not one.
No, but but that's what I'm saying. Being a police officer doesn't mean you put yourself in danger.
You're there to protect and serve. You know what protection means?
No, but what I'm saying is, but
what if you had a bodyguard? What if you had a bodyguard that told you, "Hey, bro,
hey,
I'll fight for you, but I put my
life on the line for you." That's what police officers are for, to protect and serve.
But you gotta remember too, though, the man was like 6 months away from retiring. It was a cake.
Matter.
It was a cake, bro. You
issue.
trying to tell me? But that's what I'm saying. You trying to tell me I got 6 months left,
And don't be a cop.
and I hear shooting.
Don't be a cop.
God Himself can be like, my boy, you don't have to go. You did your part.
Nah, just don't go. If you can't do it, just like those fire people, the firemen. That's what they call firefighters. You don't think they give they turn it put their life on the line every time they jump in there to stop a fire and save people?
Some fires.
But that's what I'm
They
saying.
don't just run in the building though. They kind of assess the roof might look like
some, but some run right in.
the man was on the side. He had his hand on the gun.
That's why we should have a good respect for police officers. When you're a police officer, you know what you're signing up for. You're signing up to put your life on the line. Every time you pull a car over, it could be a potential where they might just come out and shoot you.
Exactly.
I mean, like it's
You can't think like that because that's why they kill us.
What?
Why do you think? Why do you think police officers kill black people? Because they have that same mindset. You walking out the door and your first thing thinking, boy, I might die today.
You know what?
Now when you come and interact with somebody and you already have a perception on what, because you saying, boy, at black parties they kill you, whereas not understanding, you see now, I see a black dude, he riding in a donk, he got a vert, or he in a, I know he gonna kill you. So you quicker to kill him. That's what I'm saying. Having that mindset, I'm ready to put my life on the line, rather than assess what it's telling you, I think will save people's lives, because now you can't be as an officer saying I'm putting my life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say protect and serve, but you can't think as I might die today, or I might die doing this. That's different, because now your interaction with me gonna be different, because if something is really wrong with me, you so worried about me killing you, you're not gonna be able to help me. And that's your number one thing, is to protect and serve me. And you can't do that because you're scared of me. That's why most officers kill black people, because they have a perceived notion of that's what it.
I'm not defending police killings at all. I won't like it's wrong. I think you're right. It is preconceived notions, but those preconceived notions do come from somewhere. You're a football player. Let's say you watch film on a particular person, right? I'm being serious. Let's say you watch film on a particular team, right? And you watch film on another team. You ain't gonna prepare this. You ain't gonna. One game you're gonna go with butterflies. I'm nervous. Dang, I hope the person don't bomb me. And it's gonna be one game, like if you playing Western or somebody, you're gonna be like, I'm about to get 3 picks today. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your experience.
See, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you have a better understanding of the culture, because that's what people don't realize. It's not a black thing. It's a culture thing, right? Because you have some white people in the trenches doing the same thing and they act the same way. It's because it's culture. When you see somebody with a bunch of golds in their mouth or chains on, that ain't a black person thing. That's a culture thing, because not all black people represent themselves that way. So I think for me, if you as an officer, if you feel like working in Overtown or wherever, it's gonna have me thinking about, oh man, I might, because they round the shooting, you might not want to work there.
Want to work with Overtown now, but I think gentrified.
They cleaned it
That's
up.
all. That's all the Wynwood and everything design district.
But you get what I'm saying? Like you can't have the mindset. You can't have the mindset of, I might die, because then your interaction with people gonna be in such a manner. That's just like when you get ready to get up in the morning and you so defensive, you're not even hearing what I'm telling you. You get what I'm saying? Like when you're in a relationship, you're so ready to get into an argument or fight, you're not really able to hear and communicate what's going on between us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we want to give our condolences to those individuals that happened in the Nashville school. I think it's called a Covenant Preparatory School or something, but I know it's Covenant School. So it was a K through 6th grade school, and so far, like you said, 7 people lost their lives. We don't know if that number's going to change. We don't know if that number's going to change by the time we release this, but we just want to. We can't keep the same thing over and over. Keep saying condolences, right? We need some type of change, and the only way we can do that is we have to start making the government understand that hey, we put y'all in there for one reason, and we need you to start acting upon that right now.
Yep, agreed.
All right. So closed out good. Again, just want to thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support that we getting now. We on the road to 200. We getting there. We close, but we far away.
Yeah, and one shout out to my cousin Rashad, who in the background. He don't want to come on, but he got a wealth of knowledge. He from a black man living in South Africa, a United States person, American living in South Africa, and living a good life.
Which he call us the ghetto. He said we live in the ghetto, and he lives in
in a good place. So, but I know what time he leaves. Safe travels. Good that you been with us today. So you close out.
All right. So again, this is your boy Dean,
Tim,
Saram.
Another episode of Dean's Office. Yo.